What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? TVJ in the building. What's going on, everybody? We're going to be live momentarily. You know how we roll. This is going to be a different kind of show. We're going to be a blast from the past and in today's world. You'll know what I'm talking about in a second, all right? Well, what's up, Remus? How you doing, player?
What's going on, TVJ?
Man, I'm large and in charge. I had a holiday. How was yours?
It was pretty good. I didn't do very much, but it was nice.
Okay, that's what's up. Well, look, we're going to be live in 30 seconds. So let me tell you what we're going to be talking about tonight. Store loyalty cards and Google Wallet. Social media and privacy. Yeah, we need that privacy now. Replacing nurses with AI. Oh, my God. They keep talking about AI taking over. And Amazon and tariff prices. And you going to break down the word of the day. Look, Remus, we're going to see you on the other side. You ready? Let's go.
What's going on, everybody? Tall Boy here, large in the charge. This May 28th. Man, I cannot believe that we are here. Yeah, we're here, guys. Hopefully you guys had a nice extra day off. Some people did. Some people worked, I understand. Maybe you got that time and a half, not sure. But look, we are doing something different. Because the holiday was here, there wasn't a lot of tech articles. We are doing this show a different way, a different style. We're doing this early. That's right. So we're going to give you a preview of what we have done or talked about in the past, and we're going to discuss it today. I got my man Revis here. What's going on, Revis?
Yeah, what's going on, tall boy?
Hey, man, I'm here, man. That's all I could tell you, man. I'm here. And the goal at the end of the day is to try and simplify this technology in a language that they can understand. But I wanted to kind of highlight some topics that we've talked about in the past, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. So Revis is on the phone right now. What we're going to do is we're going to get TBJ back here to give you the rules to the show. And we'll talk a little bit about what we're going to be discussing. Do you know what we're going to be talking about tonight, or did TBJ already break that stuff down?
TBJ broke it down. I got it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, cool. Let's go ahead and get into the rules of the show, guys. And we're going to do what we do, if that makes sense. Come on now. Where's TBJ at? Oh my God. I ain't got time for TBJ. He over here acting up, and I don't know. But look, this is what I'm gonna do. I got him.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Look, Tall Boy all over the place. But look, hopefully you guys had a great holiday weekend. Did you get some barbecue? Did you listen to some good music, catch some fireworks, all that good old stuff? Maybe you was at a graduation. I don't know. But look, this is how you can participate. You can watch on your phone or your TV. Now look, let us know how you really feel. This tech is here. And you can't say that Tall Boy and Revis didn't tell you. So look, we are multi-streaming on multiple platforms. So come on over here to the Lab Tech Show and come holla at your boy. Now look, this show is a little bit from the past and a little bit of the future. That's all I can tell you. So without further ado, I'm going to call in my personal partner, Revis, to do the word of the day. But he got to hear his sexy man song. So without further ado, ladies, help me sing it, please.
Hey, Mr. Sexy Man, what your name is? What your name is? Hey, Mr. Sexy Man, what your name is? What your name is?
He's somewhere in the United States, from LA to New York. Where are you, Revis? Don't forget to honk the horn.
Revis, how you doing, player? How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty well. Oh my goodness, I love that song.
Oh, you like that song right there?
It
Sexy
describes
man.
me perfectly.
Oh my God, I can't with you sometimes. Look, where you hanging out these days, man?
I am in Saginaw, Michigan, but I am leaving today.
Oh, you're leaving today. Do you know where you're going?
Oh yes, I'm on my way to Lithia Springs, Georgia.
Oh, that's down there where Tall Boy stay at, somewhere in those parts.
Yeah, somewhere down there. Yes.
Okay, that's what's up. How was your weekend? Did you have a good Memorial Day weekend?
I had a pretty good weekend. I did a little fishing and I did a lot of relaxing.
Okay. You didn't have no ships or anything like that that happened to you? No friendships, no courtships, or nothing like that, right?
No, ships sink, so I don't do ships.
Oh Lord, I can't with you sometimes, man. Look, we got this word of the day. I'm gonna break it down, give you a sentence and a definition, and we need you to tell us how you did. Okay?
Okay.
Interminable. Did I say it right? Interminable.
It's
Describe.
actually interminable.
Interminable. Oh, okay. Interminable. It describes things that have or seem to have no end, especially because they continue for a very long time. Now, the way the sentence reads, the family played games to pass the time during the interminable wait for their delayed flight. Break it down, Revis. Interminable.
You know, this is a perfect word for a truck driver because we get on these highways and that dang expressway sometimes seems interminable, like it's never going to end, especially I-10 through Texas, 880 miles across. So when you start, it seems like it's never, ever, ever going to end. But see, I do this for a living. And a lot of our viewers, a lot of our family here, they actually go on vacation and they have to drive this and they can't stand it. So just imagine what they have to go through if they had to do what I do. This is interminable. It seems like they'll never end. These roadways last forever. And there's a lot of things that people don't know about the roadways. The interstates are designed for airplanes when they have an emergency that they can land on the expressway. That's why they have to have so much of a zone space in there. They have to have an interminable space in there. And so interminable seems like it's something that'll never end. And sometimes I meet some women who like to talk, and sometimes they seem interminable. Like their mouth ain't never gonna shut up. I'm just saying. But but interminable just means something that just go on forever and ever, and it seems that it's long.
Oh, okay. Interminable. So somebody that's a kid that's starting out in school, when they graduate 12th grade, they finally made it to the end of their interminable wait of going to school. Is that what you're telling me?
Right, because it seems like it's never gonna end.
Look
Once
at
they
me.
start, hey, it takes You have to realize it takes a lot of years to end up graduating.
Yeah, it do. Okay, well, look, I like the way you broke that down. Look, Tallboy don't have a poll question for the audience on how did you do on the word of the day today, but if you think he did a good job, let us know in the comments. How did Revis do on the word of the day? I think you did all right. I mean, I don't know about the plane on the road, but everything else seemed to be cool.
Hey, they have to make them long so those plans can land.
Well, yeah, I guess. Well, audience, let us know, how did Revis do on the word of the day, alright? Alright, well, look, I'm gonna let you go, and I'm gonna let you and Tallboy get back to some important business. Is that cool?
That's cool, TBJ. Nice to hear from you again. I hope you had a great holiday.
Man, I did, man. I was digitally asleep.
Okay.
Don't knock me. It was an interminable.
Don't
I was interminable
believe it or
until
not.
Wednesday.
Right. Believe it or not, I have a guest in studio with me today, and she's actually listening to you now, and she's laughing.
Oh, she likes me. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Is she single or she like to mingle?
She she's single and she got a crush on you.
Oh, tell her I like that. Hey, tell her we started from the bottom, now we're here.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Hey.
Started from the bottom, now my whole team here.
Alright, I gotta go, y'all. Tallboy about to get mad at me, y'all. So let me get back to my spot. You have a good day, Revis, okay?
You too, TJ.
Alright.
Your boy TBJ be tripping, Revis. Like, come on, man. Like, what y'all got going on over here, Revis?
They have me going, man.
Oh man, I can't. Look, like I said, this is a blast from the past. We want to highlight some old articles that we thought that you would necessarily care about. We thought that would be important. Let's just see where the technology is from that time that we did the article to where we are today. So, Revis, you're going to hang out with me a little bit?
No, of course. Let's do this.
Okay, well, I don't know when these dates are, so we're going to go back and we're going to look at the first one. Our first one is Google Wallet. They're inching towards launching everything else passes for ID and insurances. So we did this thing where you could put all your content inside of your Google Wallet, similar to like the Apple Wallet, right? So you can do like tap to pay, have your loyalty cards, all of that stuff. Well, we did this article back in July 17th, 2024. Check this out and tell us what you think. And they're saying Google Wallet is preparing to launch a new feature that allows users to turn a physical document into a pass within the app after announcing that they were going to do this earlier on in the year. Now, they're saying that one of the new announcements around Android was support for digital text passes with Google Wallet. And the idea was to scan various documents, physical documents that I'm talking about, into the Wallet app. So right now you can currently scan your loyalty cards, you can scan your driver's license, your boarding pass, and maybe one or two other your tickets, your concert tickets. But now they're saying that you can scan physical documents, all right? And they're saying the idea is to allow the documents that may not officially support Google Wallet be stored within the app. And the examples include where insurance documents, membership cards, or even event tickets that don't support Google Wallet. All right. So that's what they're saying that they want you to be able to have access to do. All right. So there it is in the fine print so you can see it. They're saying that these are the different types of documents that you should be able to scan in there. And this could be anything from your passport, your resident permit, student ID, tax ID card, vehicle registration, your voter ID card, library card, health insurance card, car insurance, business cards, and anything else. Now they're saying They have a screenshot below, and they're saying that a number of categories appear to have been limited to by the document by being scanned. So basically, it would come in as other, but then you would just go in and you would just change it to the title that you want. Now, they say a photo of the original pass is stored alongside the digital creation, as well as a disclaimer quote, which directly says it is not the official or a replacement for the physical copy. So even though it's not the physical copy, or it is not the even though it's not the official document, you can still use this because sometimes somebody might say, "Hey, let me just see your car insurance." As long as it checks out, you're all right. Now, in Georgia and in Arizona, you can use your driver's license, which is legal, but you can't use it if you get pulled over by the police, but you could use it at the airport. So, what if you leave your driver's license at home? Instead of you getting a ticket for that, the police officer might be lenient because you have your driver's license number on your phone. Because how many people know their actual driver's license number, right? What about your health insurance card? You may can't find your health insurance card. You might be in a situation where you need that health insurance card, and then you go from there, and at least you know the number. They can call whoever they need to call to verify that you are who you are, and then you're good to go. Now, they're saying that the utility of creating these digital copies is probably limited. A Google Wallet is slowly getting support for driver's license and passports in line with government regulations, but it's hard to say where these digital counterparts would be useful beyond just having easier access to the numbers and the information contained on them. So that's really what it is. If you need access and you can't find something and you need it right then and there, at least you have the numbers. Even though it's not the official document, you have something there, right? It's not live yet, so it's called Support for Everything Else. Passes is in the Google Wallet, and it's not yet live in the latest version, but it's working once manually enabled. So if you manually go in there and do it, it'll work. But if you're looking for it to just show automatically, it's not going to do that. All right. So they said that support for Google Wallet notification rolled out in June, and basically we're here. So the question is, what do you think about it? Let me know your thoughts. Can you see yourself putting your ID, your health insurance card, or any other important documents inside of your phone? Because your phone goes everywhere you go, right? But would you be willing to put your personal documents inside of your phone? Let me know your comments. Let me know your thoughts. And while I'm waiting on your thoughts and comments, Rebus, what do you think about this?
How safe is Google Wallet?
It's pretty safe. I mean, you have to, it's almost like iPhone. You have to, you type in your vitals, or you have to type in your PIN code. If they don't have that, then they don't have it.
So the chances of it getting hacked is not very good.
Right. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to hack it. I mean, unless they get your eyes or your fingerprint or they know your passcode. Like for me personally, I don't use my vitals. You have to know my actual code. If you don't know my code, then you can't get inside of it. Some people say I'm just going to use my eyes to unlock my phone. Well, what if something happens to me and somebody forcefully opens my eyes? Well, now my phone is unlocked, right? Whereas with me,
Right.
I have a code, and with my code, if you don't know that code, you're not getting in my phone.
Okay. Well, I actually like the idea.
Okay.
I mean, if the police pull you over and I can pull up my insurance card and it'll work, that's good. He'll see that I have insurance.
Right.
But in Georgia, you don't need it. Once they run your plate, it says that you have insurance.
Right.
So I think if we could have an insurance card on there, medical cards on there, I think that's everybody has their phone.
Correct.
So I think it's a good idea.
So that video was back in July of last year. Revis, what do you think? Have you been using Google Wallet at all since all of this has happened?
I haven't used Google Wallet yet. Now I did have a situation with my debit card a few weeks ago, and the bank sent me a link that I could download the new debit card to the Google Wallet, and I can use it until I get my physical one. And my physical one came today.
Okay. So it's very easy. I literally just now added my insurance card to the Google Wallet, and it was easy. All I had to do was click on other, and it allowed me to do it. When I click on view, all my information pops up. So now I don't have to go digging in my wallet. I also have my AAA card. I have my grocery card that I like to use. Let me see what other. I have all my, well, not all, but I have a few credit cards in there. I also have some ticket stubs, my AutoZone rewards card, my driver's license. And here's the funny thing: I was out of town a couple months ago, and I actually used or attempted to use my driver's license at the airport. It did not work. They had some struggles, or they had some issues with trying to use my digital driver's license on Google Wallet. Now, when I was in Atlanta and tried to use it, it took us about 4 times for us to get it to work, but it eventually worked. But it's, I don't think the technology is really there now with the just scan your wallet, scan your ID from your wallet onto the airport terminal to, go through security checkpoint. I don't think that technology is there. And then when you have people behind you, they trying to hurry up and get to their gate, so they're not waiting on you, if that makes sense. So they like, if you don't hurry up, you're holding up the line. So, but when I tried to do it another time in another state, it did not work. Now, what I will say is adding, all you do is just add, hit the plus button at the bottom, and it gives you an opportunity to add payment card, transit pass, your loyalty card, a gift card, your ID, or in if none of those match, you can do something with what's called everything else, and then you hover the phone over the card, and it automatically will snap the photo. It captures the data, and boom, there you go. What you think about that, Revis?
Well, it sounds very interesting. I'm gonna look into it a little bit more, and I'm gonna start using it
I mean, this is
because my phone is always with me. It's one thing I don't ever get cut off. So if I don't pay no other bill, I'm gonna pay my phone bill. And then I have biometrics on mine also. So you have to, if you don't have my fingerprint, you're not gonna get it.
yeah, yeah. I think you got something right there, man. Um, but yeah, the question is, we did this last year, back in July. Now we're almost at a year mark, right? We're almost at that year mark. The question is, are you willing to try this now? I mean, considering where technology has gone, yes, you probably still have it, but without having to dig through your purse, without having to go through your wallet, saying, I know I have it. All you do is just pull up your phone, and there you go. Something to think about. All right, Rebus, we're going to move on to our next topic. What was it that we were going to discuss? We were going to discuss social media and privacy. um, we did this article back in, let me see, when did we do this article? We did this article back in, when did we do it? I'm not sure when we did this, but let's see what we got here. We did this back in June of 2024. Check this out. Let me know what you think. Revis, do you post a lot on social media?
I do post. I don't post a lot.
Do you think that you overshare on social media?
Probably do.
Okay. Well, this article, and I guess it's called social media etiquette, I guess, to help you. So then that way you don't get in trouble, or you don't get frustrated because you put your life's work on social media, like such as a Facebook. Some have done it on Instagram, some are doing TikTok. But 4 ways oversharing on social media puts your privacy, because that's more important, right? Your privacy is more important, at risk. So the way the article is, let's see if we can get that there. Yeah, your social media profile says a lot about you. Sometimes it's more than you want. And the question is whether you're doing it for work, you're just sharing pictures, or keeping in touch with family. The majority of us have a few social media accounts, and they're saying that there's no easier way to talk to folks around the world, but they do come with risk, and oversharing is a big one. That's true. And the whole point of a social media platform is to share tidbits of information about our daily lives. Now, the problem is that dodgy hackers and cyber criminals can leverage this information for their own end. And so, whether they're trying to impersonate you to do a little bit of identity theft, lock you out of your accounts, or dupe you into sending them money, your social media profile is a gold mine to savvy hackers. Now, before I go too deep into this article here, thankfully, I have friends such as Awesome Wood Things and some people that are some good friends on social media. They saw something earlier this week, and somebody actually tried to hack me. They really did. And if you guys would have saw it, you would have clicked on the link, and then now your page would have gotten overtaken. And then now you would have been mad at me, but then you would have lost your whole page. So you could not have gotten in contact with somebody unless you had your number. But thankfully, Awesome Wood Things, he was savvy enough to say something's not right with Tallboy's page. The other people who saw it, they also saw that there was an issue, and they literally put a stop to it by reporting the page and saying that's not Tallboy, that's not what he would have done, and it did not look right. So thanks to them, I did not get hacked. Later on that day, after I changed my password, I added someone as a friend, and it was a mutual friend of somebody that I knew. But I said, okay, let me check them out. And they started asking me questions. And I said, well, where did we meet? And when I said, where did we meet? They said, well, do you know of XYZ? But it was like an acronym. And I'm like, I knew right then and there that it was fraud, or I knew that it was some type of way that they were going to send me a link. And if I clicked on the link, they would have had me. I knew better. But do you know better? So I blocked that person. I reported that person, and thankfully I got saved. But it only brought me to this article here to say, hey, are we doing too much? That's the question that I have. So I wanted to share this with you because this is real, y'all. And I've had some people lose their Facebook page, and you got to think, ask yourself, how long have you had your Facebook page? Can you imagine losing it? Well, I know some people that have, and that's not a great feeling because that means they got to start all over. Their history of all the family photos and videos that they had, those memories, they're gone, and you're not getting them back. And Facebook is not like they have a customer service number. So what would you do? Meta, there's no way to get in contact with them. What would you do if you lost your Facebook page? All right, so here we go. Let's talk about it real briefly. Personal details. That's right. This is a big one. And simply put, people are sharing way too much information about themselves and their personal lives online. And think about all the details you post about your family, your birthdays, holiday dates, where you work, what you drive, and a whole lot more. All right. And it's the kind of thing that you be comfortable discussing in person during a private conversation. But online, you can't be certain that there's no digital eavesdroppers. All right. So there's no certain of that. They're also saying that cyber criminals, that's right, cyber criminals, they love an overshare. And if your account is jam packed with those details, and you and your closest friends, including knowing your pets, cyber criminals have everything they need to imitate you. So sometimes they do this and try to crack the security questions on your social media accounts. We've always talked about two-factor authentication. Some people listen, some people don't, right? And sometimes they do it to commit identity fraud and get you into a ton of financial trouble. So you have to ask yourself, are you sharing too much? And they're saying a simple scam is a romance scam. But for a particularly cruel example of a socially engineered scam, the scammer can check out your page to create a totally bogus profile designed to fool you. This fake account may begin to overwhelm you with proclamations of love, sweet nothings, and promises that don't go anywhere. And then eventually they're going to start asking you for some money. to hope them over until their next paycheck arrives. So just be careful of that situation. But the question is, do you share too much where you're at? You know, even when I go out of town, I post my vacations. I sometimes I post my, like last year, you guys saw me in Europe, but I was very mindful of where I was at. But there was a lot more that I wanted to share. But now this year, I have not posted as much as I wanted to post because I felt like, hey, it's none of your business where I'm at. So think about that. Location data. All right, that's number two. You sometimes you post where you're at, so now somebody knows that you're not at home. So what do? You take the perfect picture. You're at the beach. You're on vacation. You went to a concert. We know that you're gone. We know you're not at home. Does somebody know where you're at? So they're saying, while it's a nice idea to let your friends and family know where you are and what you're getting into, it's less ideal for total strangers to have this information. And a cyber criminal is monitoring your account as well. And if they know where you are, they know where to find you in person or know that you're out of your home, making it a prime target for burglaries. All right. So there's also the fact that location data isn't considered personally identifiable information. So you might not think it's a major issue, but basically you're leaving a digital footprint of yourself. All right. So just be mindful of that. Okay. And then also we have, what do they say? Unsecure settings. All right. So basically with unsecure settings, you got to go into your security settings. And basically when we sign up for new accounts, we don't go into the details. We just say, give us an account, give us a password, and we're good to go. But is your account public? There's nothing to stop a scammer from settling down to examine your profile as though it's a good book. There's a storm outside and they got the recipe for, or the ingredients for a great recipe to get your account. Okay. They say that you can currently accept private messages from anyone. Cyber criminals can come knocking. Their goal is usually to get you to click on something malicious. And once you click on that link, it steals your login details or floods your device with malware. And they have a few tactics to get you to do it. And some criminals try to tempt you by claiming that you won a prize, but only have a few minutes to redeem it. And others are more crazy, and they can send you links with the caption, "Is this you?" And then you click on it. Be careful of that kind of stuff. All right. So what I do is, this is just me personally. This is what I do. If I see an email and it might catch my interest or pique my interest, what I do is go into the to tab. And let's just say it's Best Buy, say you've won a prize. Well, it should say or end with the company's credentials at bestbuy.com, at walmart.com, at amazon.com, not VZ1357826, whatever it may be. It should not end in that. But you have to click on the to section where it came from, okay? So just be mindful of that, because they don't share this information. And if you don't know, I had a friend of mine, they clicked on a link and they were like, I got hacked. What do I do? And it was like, hey, shut down, turn off, do whatever you can. Just do not engage any further. All right. So they're saying how to make these social media pages more secure. Use 2FA, two-factor authentication, is how social media apps make sure you're who you say you are. So you enable it. You'll be sent a code via text every time you access the platform. So some health companies, they do this currently. You'll log into the account. And once you log into the account, they'll say, we just sent you a text message to the phone number or to the email. And then once you log into that account, they give you a number, and then, or whatever the letters or the numerical numbers are. And then you put that in, and then you log into your password, and then you're good to go. They say set a strong password. Don't just use, your address or your birth date. Don't do that. Try to come up with something unique. So that would be cool. If you did that, do not use don't use your apartment number or your address number or your license plate number. Don't do that. Adjust those settings. Basically, they're saying make your account private, which gives you more control of who can contact you. follow and see your information. And also recommend opting out of any location sharing settings. All right. And then, should you post this, ask yourself before posting whether it's a picture or a text, should you post it? Are you giving away too much information? Is your location front and center? Or if so, you might want to consider tweaking the post or dropping it altogether, or especially if your account is public. Now, if you want to go out of town and you want to post that you're on vacation, do that by all means. But also ask yourself that just because my friends are seeing it, I'm following somebody right now. They're in Europe. Now, I know that that person is secure, and it's nice to see their journey while they're in Europe at this current moment. But then my thing is, does she have some type of security measures in place because she's posting in real time, right? And then lastly, they're saying invest in a VPN, virtual private network. That way you can literally just set up and say that you're in London or where Rich Vibes is, but I'm actually in Atlanta. So no one can actually see where you are. So I'm using a service called Windscribe, but they have other ones. Google has their VPN. There's some other VPN services that you can use, and then it will just the person that's not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're thinking that you're in London, but you're really in your actual home location or in your home city or home state. So just something to think about. 4 ways oversharing on social media posts puts your privacy at risk. Revis, gotta ask you, have you done any of these things to protect yourself?
I pretty much just don't post. And I never click on anything that I don't know what it is.
Okay, that's fair. Hey, that's fair. That's fair. I still use my VPN, Windscribe. It's funny because last year I was in another country. They had certain things that were blocked. I needed to be able to watch what I wanted to watch here in America. So I turned on my VPN. Uh, YouTube TV basically told me I was out of the country. So I turned on my VPN. I was in Europe. I left another phone that had access to the YouTube TV, had someone that was, in my home that could get access to that phone and say I was here. So I literally was not telling too much of my business to make it work for me to where I was able to watch TV. Now, keep in mind, it is a 6-hour, 7-hour time difference, but I was able to make it work for myself, if that makes sense. So it worked for me, and Windscribe is a great product. I'm not sure if that was legal and what I was supposed to be doing, but hey, it is what it is. 2FA, two-factor authentication, use it all the time. When I tell you that is a lifesaver. And then I also have pass keys that are set up on my computer and on my phone. So I know, Revis, you probably don't do this, but I want to share this with other people. Please set that strong password. Do like a password manager, 1Pass, Password Boss, Password Buddy. Use some of those services to help yourself out, if that makes sense. Revis, this year, are you going to do any more of this? Do you plan on posting more? We don't want you to get hacked
I have
now.
a very, very strong password.
Okay. All right.
And I'm talking about it is numbers, it is symbols, and it's about 15 letters. So you really, really got to be a good one in order to get mine.
Okay. Well, to be a good one, how about we do this? How about we do this call to action? Come on, everybody. It is the Lab Tech Show. Come on over here and support the channel. Follow us. Be a part of what we got going on. Embrace this technology. We got you. Come on, we do this. Why? Because it's called the Lab Tech Show. Come on, hit that like button, subscribe, and the notification bell, because this is what we do. And we are building, and we would love for you to join us. This is a family atmosphere, and we want you to walk away learning something. So hit that subscribe button. Let us know that you're here. Be a part of it. Engage with us. Ask questions and do what you do. Come on, you like the beat. Come on now. Jam out. All right, Revis, man, we're doing good. We had protecting your privacy. Then we also had the Google Wallet. That was pretty dope. But now we started talking a little bit about AI for about, well, last year. We were talking about nibbling, dibbling, dabbing. We were talking about it. But now it's really gone crazy. And I'll tell you the story after, but Nvidia, they wanted to do something, and we discussed this back in March of 2024. Check this out. They're saying Nvidia says they want to replace nurses with AI for $9 an hour. All right. So your health could soon be in the hands of an Nvidia powered AI nurse, and they cost your health care provider next to nothing. I can't make this up. I'm just telling you what's rolling out. All right. Here we go. They're saying Nvidia announced in a collaboration with a company called Hippocratic AI that a healthcare company that offers generative AI nurses who works for just $9 an hour. Now, they're saying Hippocratic promotes how it can undercut real human nurses who can cost $90 an hour with its cheap AI agents that offer medical advice to patients over video calls in real time. Yes, I can't make this up. Right there in the fine print. All right. They're saying voice-based digital agents powered by generative AI can usher in an age of abundance in healthcare. And they're saying that only if the technology responds to patients as a human would. That's what they're saying. The vice president of Nvidia, right? And then they're also saying that Nvidia is powering Hippocratic's real-time response over video calls. And they're also saying that in a demo posted by Nvidia, a semi-human looking agent named Rachel can verbally instruct a patient on how to take penicillin. Now, they're saying that the agent then tells the patient it will report back all the information to her real human doctor. And Rachel is one of the many AI nurses that healthcare providers can choose from, according to one Hippocratic product page. And the AI nurses can range in specialties from colonoscopy screening to breast cancer care manager, all for less than minimum wage. So this is what it costs to actually run the actual service. So for $9 an hour, a doctor or a healthcare professional can pay this AI service, and they will take care of all of the legwork. That's what they're saying. Interesting.
Very interesting.
They're saying that Hippocratic directly promotes how it can undercut the living wages of real nurses as a feature, not a bug. And they're saying that on one page of the company's website, it compares a human's nurse's $90 per hour salary to an AI agent's $9 an hour running cost. And they're saying that Hippocratic claims its AI nurses outperform human nurses regarding bedside manner, education, and narrowly misses out on satisfaction, according to the survey. All right. Now, I can't make this up, y'all. This is what they're saying. The introduction of AI healthcare agents comes at a tumultuous time for the nursing industry. Now, there's a worker shortage, a lot of strikes in the United States, and also India is struggling trying to find nurses. And they're saying that with this collaboration of Hippocratic, they're saying that Nvidia, with this collaboration, they're saying that AI nurses were tested by thousands of human nurses and hundreds of human doctors, and the company's technology is being tested by over 40 healthcare providers around the country. And with the generative AI, the incremental cost of healthcare access and interventions is trending to zero. That's what they're saying. And they're also saying the AI company is working with Nvidia and says its generative AI nurses are not sufficient to make diagnosis. And the AI healthcare agent is trained to only engage a human when appropriate. Now, Hippocratic's name is inspired by the Hippocratic Oath, a code of ethics that physicians adhere to the means to first do no harm. That's where we're at right now. They're saying, hey, this is where we're at. And it seems like because there is a shortage of workers, because of that, they're saying that if you don't want to work, we're going to find a replacement. That's basically what they're saying. Your thoughts on this? Let's see.
Mine?
He said yours.
You want to know my thoughts? Let me tell you my thoughts on this right here. The AI nurses are not as pretty as the regular nurses. I'm just saying. They trying to put somebody out of work. And before we know it, there will be no need for humans.
True.
They're trying to take over the restaurant business. They're trying to take it the healthcare business. They're taking over the Uber business because they got the autonomous vehicle. Oh my goodness, there's no need for humans.
Okay, let's ask the audience. Do you think Nvidia will change the landscape of nursing? On your phone, we ask that you participate. Yes. The best thing to do is prepare for it. 2, no, citizens will reject it. 3, all we have to do is refuse service. Or 4, this AI stuff is getting out of hand. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let us know in the comments. What do you think? Do you think Nvidia will change the landscape of nursing? Revis, what you think, man? Do you think it's starting to change, or do you think we still have some time to go?
Well, everything is changing. This AI is taking over, and they say they have AI that does roofing. Now we know we have autonomous vehicles as far as the semis, and we talk about nursing, we talk about restaurant business. They got AI for everything now, so it's getting a little bit more widespread since we did this article.
Yeah, you're right. I think that we're just at a point now to where the AI cloud is hovering over us. And if we don't, at this point, the AI is here, and at any given time, they can drop the AI and everyone can be out of a job. Now, you're saying, oh, that'll never happen. But think about the current administration that we have. And I mean, we're talking about a digital assistant. I was at the hospital recently, I had to do a checkup, and the doctor told me he was going to use this little AI thing on me so it could transcribe the conversation and do whatever it needed to do inside of the computer. And I should have asked more questions, right? But I didn't. I was like, okay, do you? And he did a couple pulls, had me breathe a couple times with the stethoscope. And next thing I know, he said, okay, you're good. That's exactly what happened today. Or, not today, but that's what happened. That's where we are today, if that makes sense. So the doctors are already using it.
Nurses to do
it. Yeah, I would have rather a nurse than a doctor, but I mean, at the same token, I get it. So, I mean, to see the doctor doing AI, they're embracing it. I'm embracing it. The question is, will everybody else embrace it? And these, even though this article back then talked about digital assistants, they're using the AI now to go make it to where it's listening to the conversation, is summarizing the conversation, and they've implemented it to where it can do whatever it needs it to do.
Very, very, very involved.
Yeah, very involved. Well, speaking of being involved, we have to check out the brands, and we got one more article that we did recently, back in April. So first, let's look at the brand. It's the brand, y'all. Come on, you see it on the right-hand side. Have you visited one of those websites over there? LabTechShow.com, YourLiveProduction.com, Tallboy.us. Feel free this weekend, tonight after the show. Check out those sites, check out those brands, and see what we do, all right? Don't forget that we're on Spotify and YouTube Podcast, at the Lab Tech Show. Don't forget, we're also on Roku and Amazon at TBE Media. And if you would like to support the show, feel free to support us on PayPal or Cash App. And as always, don't forget to think big, think tall, think tall boy. Think big, believe in God. Think tall, the sky's the limit. Think tall boy because he said so, and he's doing it. All right? That's what it is.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? You know, Tall Boy's got merch. You see the QR code right there in the middle? Take out your phone, open up the camera app, and scan the QR code. It'll take you right here. Now, look, going over there to all products, okay? And you can see what we got going on over here. You know, I got my own merch, too. And TB and Revis, they trying to make y'all have some nice swag and look good. So why don't you go on over there to shop.tallboy.us and support what we got going on over here. Y'all like the show? Y'all like the page? Well, why don't you go ahead and get you something? Don't you see all this great merch over here? We got something for everybody, from bucket hats to tumblers to Revis got his muscle tees. I mean, we got it all. You see the word of the day shirts? What that shirt say right there? It say panache. Oh, Lord. We got multiple colors and multiple sizes. So, that's right. Tall Boys got merch. Go over to shop.tallboy.us, or you can scan the QR code. And when you get the merch, why don't you send Tall Boy a picture so we can feature you, all right? Come on now, shop.tallboy.us. Back to you, Tall Boy.
All right, guys. Our last article for the evening. Amazon basically is denying to highlight tariff impact on prices. This is what they're doing. They flat out said, hey, originally they were going to highlight the prices and say, this is the price, this is the taxes, this is how much it costs to ship, and this is the 145% markup or whatever the price is that was negotiated with the United States. And all of a sudden, there was a shift. And word on the street is that Amazon was thinking about showing folks right next to the price tag how much extra they were paying because of tariffs, especially those new big ones from China. And now this got the White House upset. And they said, the press secretary said they called Amazon, or said Amazon was hostile and this was a political act. Like Amazon was trying to stir up some trouble. And apparently President Trump himself picked up the phone and called Jeff Bezos and said, we need to talk. And after that call was finished, Trump was saying Jeff Bezos solved all of this real quick and did the right thing. But what it boils down to is they're not going to do all of that. They said, we're not going to show the tariff prices. But Amazon is coming out and saying, hold up, that ain't the whole story. They said that they only thought about showing those import costs on their discounted site called Amazon Haul, not the main Amazon website where most people shop. And the spokesperson said this was never approved and it's never going to happen, or it's not going to happen. So it sounds like they backed down real quick. And this whole thing shows you the tension between stores like Amazon and the government when it comes to being upfront about prices, and how these tariffs are actually affecting what people, or what we pay for things, or what we pay for stuff. All right. So it's like a behind the scenes battle about who gets to control the narrative on why things cost the way they do. Is it right? I don't think it is, but that's your thoughts. My question for you is, should Amazon display the tariff prices? You type it out in the comments. There's no 1 through 5. Tell me your thoughts. It's going to appear right here on this screen. Should Amazon display the tariff prices? This is the price of the product. This is the tax. This is the shipping. This is the tariff price. Should they do it? Revis, what you think? Should they do it? Because people are getting frustrated. Companies are getting frustrated because workers are not able to work. I was just watching an article today, And they said that the gentleman, he was driving trucks and there's no loads to pick up at the shipyards. Uh, somebody's
I
got to.
think Amazon is doing the right thing.
Well, they said that they're not going to display it. So you said that's right?
I say it's right because it's a good business idea. It's a big business practice
To not show.
because you don't get a call from you don't get a call from the president of the United States because what you think you're doing is a good thing. You get a call from the president of the United States because you better not do something or they're going to snatch your business license or probably hit you with tariffs and then you'll be in trouble. So right now, Amazon got to play by the rules. Do I think it's fair to everyone else? No, but I understand.
Okay. It's interesting. So now you're going to have a lot of angry Americans because why is this costing so much? A year ago, we weren't paying this price. Why not just tell people that this is what the price is?
But the thing about it is, they're still going to buy.
I don't think
So it
they
doesn't
will.
matter if you show them or not.
I don't think that
They
they
might
will.
not buy as much.
Well, yeah, I agree with you there. I don't think that there. I think there's going to be a lot of cutback. I think people are going to use what they have. They're going to. I may be wrong, but I think people are going to use what they have to make it work for them until we get out of this situation that we have with the current administration. And the problem is, if we do buy into it, the prices will never go back down. So now you're telling the poor that you will always be poor, and now there's a new class system, and the rich will always be rich, and now you have the elites versus, you know, the everybody else. That's my thought process.
But then again, you just gave the definition of interminable till we get out of this administration, which may seem like it's a long time, like it's a never-ending time.
Right?
We just have to deal with it.
A lot.
Interminable.
I like it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I want to do a shout out to Shirley P. Let me see if I get this right. Shirley P. She did her thing. He said, "Tall boy, I got merch." She not only bought one, but she's got two coffee mugs. I don't know. Well, maybe she need one and then don't want to wash dishes on the first day and then got another one. But she has the Lab Tech Show Talking Tech coffee mug. She's got the Panache Confidence, Flamboyant, Pizzazz coffee mug. Maybe she just wake up feeling panache. Maybe she's like, hey, I just want to get my tech talk for the day. I don't know. But at the end of the day, Shirley, I just want to say thank you so much for supporting the show. Please, if you guys have merch, you already purchased merch, send us a picture. Send us a picture. We will highlight you. We will talk about you. And I want to say thank you, Shirley, from the bottom of my heart, because she actually followed the instructions. And she said, you know what, I got you. So
she knew the assignment.
She followed the assignment. Man, Shirley, you're a real one. That's all I can say. You're a real one. Shout out to Shirley P. She followed the assignment. Revis, man, it's been an interesting evening. Very interesting evening. We did a recap of some old articles and brought them back to life, revitalized them, shall we say. And those store loyalty cards, we're in a day and age where why keep searching for them when you know it's already on your phone? The social media and privacy, time to start using this stuff, because at the end of the day, We're going to be caught in a situation to where you don't want to get hacked and you don't want to lose your information, and that you don't want that. That'll be detrimental if you lose your social media accounts. And don't post all your business. That's really what it boils down to. Don't. It's not everybody's business. I know you want to highlight, and I understand snapshot is a. That's why people are in trouble the way they are now, Revis, because everybody only posts the good stuff. Now they might post a death, they might post that they're in the hospital, but nobody talks about the struggle time. They don't want you seeing that side. They just only want to see you at the Beyonce concert. They only want to see you at the NBA, finals. They only want to see you, opening up those cool Christmas gifts. But nobody want to talk about those struggles or what you had to do to get there. Then we talked about.
I'll be struggling. Maybe I should put some struggle up there.
You're not gonna put no struggle meals up there. Talking about this is my struggle meal for the night: fried bologna and ramen.
See, I'm a truck driver. That's what we eat.
Oh my God! Look,
without the fried bologna.
Oh my! I can't do no fried bologna, Reeves. You on your own on that one, brother. We also talked about replacing nurses with AI. I don't know, man. Just knowing that there's somebody on the other side. And to be honest with you, we're going to have to do a whole show on just AI and how it works. We're going to have to do it sooner than later. Because there's some tricks that you can do. And you might say, I don't even really need a doctor anymore, because you pretty much diagnose yourself. You can diagnose your car or diagnose, if something's broken. I told you, Gemini. Have you used Gemini yet, Revis?
I really haven't used it, but I do have a new phone, and it has that feature on here, and it's always asking me something, and it's telling me how to use it and everything. So I will be using it soon. All
right, I'm gonna give you 2 weeks, and I'm gonna follow up with you. Have you been using Gemini? Okay. So everybody, Revis got 2 weeks to open up that Gemini. All right. And then lastly, we talked about the Amazon and the tariff prices. Revis thinks that Jeff Bezos did right by not displaying the tariff prices, because he doesn't want Jeff Bezos to be in a situation like Harvard University. I understand. And then Revis broke down interminable. So long wait. Nobody likes to wait. So nobody likes to wait, and nobody wants to feel like it's interminable. So it is what it is. It is another recap of the Lab Tech Show. Hopefully you guys liked what you saw. It was something different. We also knew that the articles were kind of scarce. And so we felt like, let's bring it back a little bit and let's revisit some articles. So Revis, what did you think of the night?
I thought it was nice, but I'd like to know what the audience thinks.
Yeah.
So if y'all could put in the comment what they thought about this right here, and maybe we could do more shows like this.
Yeah. So remember, this is just a replay of older shows that we did. Revis and I found some articles that we thought that you guys would be interested in. And we wanted you to walk away getting some value, refresh your memory of some of this stuff, and know that this tech is here. And it's funny because a lot of this stuff, it's already in place. No different from the AI, right? Like you're slowly but surely integrating the AI into this kind of stuff. So we're going to get Revis on AI hopefully relatively soon. Hopefully he'll embrace it a little bit more than what he's doing. Hopefully you will embrace it a little bit more, and we'll go from there. Any final words, Revis?
Hey, I just hope everyone had a nice holiday. Don't forget Tallboy has merch. Hey, and we're going to see you all next week. Let us know what you thought about the program.
That's what's up. All right, guys, on that note, keep your prayers out for Mama D. Let her know that you love her. We checking on her, making sure life is good on her side. All right. Thank you once again. If you got merch, please send it to us and let us know. So take a picture, let us know. And we definitely appreciate you guys. Until next week, or until God's timing, we'll see you when we see you. All right?
You already know.
Tall boy.
Revis, we did it. It was a throwback moment. I think we're too old for that.
Yes, it was.